Hey, aloha and welcome to Beach Walks with Rocks. Today is show number 576 and you can find us at beachwalks.tv. Hi everybody, we are in downtown Waikiki today and I have a special guest with me, Carol Lynn. And those of you that have been watching Beach Walks for a long time remember meeting Carol when we were both in New York together last year, and you were just starting work, or actually you had a few months under your belt of your cancer network. And so at that time you had hoped to launch it in 3 or 4 months, and it's been about 9 months. So tell us a little bit about what that's like, building something from nothing.
Tough. Ignorance is bliss. I mean, you don't really know what's involved until you get deep into it. And the good news is that we're going to be starting a closed alpha testing of this platform, this social network that engages cancer patients and their families. And we're very excited about it, doing it at a number of testing sites. But it's tough because you have to know your consumer first. And I think that what people want to do is they want to fund a product. They're not looking to fund an idea. So you can have a great idea. Technology takes investment, and I'm looking for those investors, and I'm half funded, but we have enough confidence in this that we're just going to go for it and find our audience.
Well, I've heard a lot about Carol's idea, and I think it's really phenomenal. I get chicken skin thinking about all the components that you have for it, and there's so much heart in what you're trying to do.
Thanks, Rox.
So how do you restore yourself and keep yourself going? Because it's been a long time.
Oh gosh. When you go into an endeavor like this, and you know this just from doing beach walks and really believing in something and having a passion for it, and I think that's the distinction when you start something on the internet. I agree with you. We were talking about this off camera. People sense your passion, they sense your genuineness, and they sense your intent. Why are you coming into this space, and what are you going to offer me, the user, right? And what do you want in return? Are you looking for money or fame, or what is it that you're looking for? And at the heart and soul of this, because wouldn't I have loved to have started 3 months after I spoke with you, but you know, I'm self-funding this because I believe in this. And so I think in terms of, and I hope I'm answering your question, in terms of making that decision, do I stay or do I go? Do I go and do what's a lot easier? Do I go and do the things that I've known in the past as a professional journalist, or do I stick with this, believing in it? And you know, every day is a test, and I so believe in the service that this is going to provide that I think it's going to be terrific. My great validation is when cancer patients and families are engaged on this platform, and they're getting answers, and they are socially networked with each other about solutions, and they're connected to products that make a difference in their lives, and professionals. Because regardless of what they find on a much more well-funded, professional, big corporate environment out there on the web, there isn't that grassroots, how do I know that this is the right decision?
Right, there's nobody home in a lot of these large corporate sites. You know, there's nobody home. And we can all go to all kinds of impersonal places, especially online, but I think people really want that heart and soul connection. So, well, it's been my observation as I've gotten to know you over the last year that you love learning, and that you know, we talk a lot on Beach Walks that if you can just if you're excited about the process, it really doesn't matter how long it takes. You know, and even if you end up with, quote, nothing, you've got so much that has happened along the way that you've learned that has enriched your life, and it certainly enriched my life getting to know you.
Oh, thanks, Rox.
And so many other ways. And one other thing you've actually gotten out of this, I want to announce to everybody that I think Beach Walks this is the first time that I'm aware that Beach Walks has spawned a love relationship. And
really
so I
unexpected.
Want to introduce Mike Dowling, who has hooked up with Carol. And Mike and I actually grew up, more chicken skin, we grew up as kids in the same neighborhood. Our houses actually backed up to each other. And it was when I interviewed you and then had dinner with your brother in New York later that week. He saw Beach Walks, told you about it. Long story in there. You'll have to track them down to get the details. But
we wouldn't have met.
It's really wonderful. It's really
would
wonderful.
not have met if Rox had not initially talked to me about my cancer project. And it basically took people in 4 different states, an interview on Beach Walks TV, And
my mom and dad.
Go Bruins, going to the Final Four in Atlanta.
And my brother.
Right. Because Mike is athletic director at UCLA. Assistant athletic director.
And Mike finding the interview as he was looking for me to appear at the Final Four, and finding out about what I was doing after I left CNN on Beachwalks. So we have to thank you, Rox.
Well, we thank everybody. It's a wonderful world, and it's shrinking every day, and it seems like it's filling up somehow with cooler and cooler and more loving people every day. So thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks.
All right, give us, I'm going to work on my shaka here. Bye, everybody.
Aloha.